everybody? A wagwan. Welcome to Don't Be Kurt, where we talk cars and we talk about cars and the mistakes that I make. Well, hence the name Don't Be Kurt. And today I'm gonna do a little bit of an editorial piece here, and we'll see how this performs. YouTube analytics are in my head now. As I see what goes great, what doesn't. But we're gonna stick to this conversation today, which is, what is a dream car? Now, I asked that question because many YouTubers seem to have these titles for their videos where repeatedly they are getting their dream car, their dream Mclaren, or their dream Mercedes, or dream whatever. And I find it weird that all these cars are dreamt of. And maybe it's because I've kept my dreams very limited to about 4 cars. But I'm not sure how well we're defining dream out here as in this YouTube community. So I want to put this out there for you guys to hold me accountable. That I have 4 cars that I have dreamt of, but many, many cars that I'm super curious about. And I think that's a huge difference. Like, dream car to me is like something like, oh man, I saw it, was just imagining ways to get it, and something that I would feel would be fulfilling. Now, all y'all who are probably middle-aged Gen X like me or whatever, at this point you realize material things aren't really fulfilling. So perhaps that's why I stopped dreaming of having cars, because it's fleeting. You get it, it's hot for a second, and then it kind of goes away and you're on to the next thing. That's a totally different topic, probably for a whole other channel about life, but I'll talk about the things I did dream of before I became this grumpy middle-aged man. So when I was about 10 or 11 years old, Porsche released the 959. And typically kids my age were probably all about either the Magnum PI Ferrari 308 or the Lamborghini Countach. A lot of kids were into that. Don't get me wrong, I love those cars. I thought they were interesting. But the Porsche 959, when it came out, I don't know why, but for some reason, it got me. I got a Matchbox car that was a white Porsche 959. And at the time, my father had a lot of car and driver magazines, Motor Trend, one of those out there, or Road and Track. And I remember reading about the car. I was so excited. Did not realize at the time you couldn't get these in the United States. It wasn't until when I got older and I started reading articles about Bill Gates trying to work on this import ban or whatever to get the Porsche 959 in here. And now, we're much past the 25-year mark for that law or whatever, and they are around. Now, of course, these cars are upwards of $2 million. So unless this channel really, really hits it big, or I win the lottery, or I come up with some crazy invention, which that's unlikely, I don't see myself ever owning one. At this point, I've never even seen one in person. And I'm not sure if it's going to be like the Countach, where you're never supposed to meet your hero in person, because I've understood that as much as the Countach has risen in popularity, as it was just on the Haggerty's list this past year for cars that are supposed to be rising in value, I've understood they're not the most joyful things to drive. Like, it's almost like an experience of drinking beer. Beer to me is an acquired taste, and maybe driving a Lamborghini Countach is an acquired experience, that it's more of a piece of art necessarily than a driver's car. But that's me talking without ever being in one. So anyways, Porsche 959. Several years passed, and when I got to high school, senior of high school, college age, the E36 M3 came out, and eventually the E36 M3 sedan came out, and I wanted that. Oh, I was in love with that. At the time, I lived in Indiana, and there was a dealership there called D. Patrick, and I think they got one. If my memory serves me correctly, I was going there all the time. Now, mind you, I didn't have a penny to my name outside of the little hourly job I had, so I'm there going there, and probably knowing them because I have no way to pay for one, but I'm just going there and looking at it. And, eventually that wore off, because as I became older and married and stuff like that, in the 2000s, the E39 M5 came out, and that became it. That was the apple of my eye. I was dreaming about that. It was amazing to me. It was a fast sedan that could hold 4 adults. And I thought that was cool, you know. And shorter was the E63. I mean, sorry, at that time E55 and other special cars like that. But that E39 M5 was just it. And to this day, I would love to get one. And that might be closer to reality. Either the E36 M3 sedan or an E39 M5. Those are the two dream cars that are not unobtainium. Finally, the last dream car, and this is not really a dream, I was just enamored with this car, is the McLaren P1. Now, I say that because it seems like whatever the algorithm is going on in this world right now, it seems there are many YouTubers all in the midst of McLaren build of some sort. So you have Tavares, who is on the second one now, doing the P1 that we all know, the flooded P1. Daily Driven Exotics, I'm going to put an asterisk on them because they were kind of ahead of the curve on this McLaren build, and they're rebuilding theirs that got wrecked. Reach Rebuilds is doing McLaren, and I'm fairly certain there's another one out there that's out there. But McLarens are the choice for YouTube content, and I guess the algorithm must be saying that this is paying well for whatever reason, whether it be for everybody to be building these things. But yeah, so that's it. That's my actual dream cars. So if I ever put some sort of video out there where I say, hey, I acquired my dream Honda Civic Type R, that is not true. It's something I'm just interested in. So if the algorithm makes me do it, I will let you guys know. But there's four, again, I only have 4 dream cars. So anyways, hold me accountable, stick with me. And then I don't know if you guys will like me just talking and just bantering. I don't know if this is worth the views or your time, but if you stuck with me this long, thank you. Please like if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't, tell your friends. Still trying to build something here. I'm so close to 500 subscribers. I think right now I'm at about 380. So, you know, if everybody tells their friends and gets me there, I don't know. I'm in St. Louis. If you guys are out here, I'll be at Cars and Coffee and stuff like that. I'd love to meet you guys and stuff like that, and we could plan some other stuff. But you guys have a great one, and tune in for this mini content. I know apparently nobody likes Mini Cooper S's, but I have the car. Please watch. The sooner we get through this, the sooner I can get on to something else, and that'll be it. So anyways, again, like, subscribe, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, do all the things, and I'll catch y'all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.